Hello, Weston. Okay, good. I hope you're getting ready for the weekend.
Yeah, and I finished my dinner late, so I come here so late.
No problem at all. No, it's okay. Well, yes, it's an interesting article, Weston. I think an interesting article in the history of Apple Macintosh. Apple, I think it's something that we have at the Apple Museum. This is something in Czechoslovakia in Europe. Apple products. Do you have any Apple products? Or does your family own an Apple? They're a bit expensive, aren't they? But do you know anybody that has an iPhone, or what type of product is very popular?
Like iPhone Watch or iPhone Watch, iPhone.
Yeah, really cool, aren't they? It's
some new devices. But
yes.
My whole family is using Huawei. My mom said it's much more convenient, much more cheap.
Yes, yes. Yeah, why do you think it's so expensive? Why do you think Apple is so expensive?
They have the technology that other cannot make.
You know, I think also brand as well. The brand name, I think as well, Weston, when you're buying anything, you think about it. If you're going to buy clothes, say like Levi jeans, again, it's a brand, isn't it? The if you're buying something, say the Levi Strauss jeans, very expensive. Wow, quality is good, but oh, but then you could buy something, just a general pair of jeans. You know, you don't have to have these. You could buy something cheaper, but it's the brand, isn't it? The brand that we often end up buying. Hey, I just want to show you some images of a quick story here. So would you like to read this, Weston? I'll open this up. Let's see if we can. Ooh, maybe I'll just pull this back in again. I think it's bigger there. There we go. At the beginning of Apple.
Apple was founded on April 1st, also known as the April Fool's Day in 1976. Steve Jobs sold his Volkswagen minibus and co-founder Steve Wozniak sold his
Wozniak. Yeah,
Wozniak sold his program XP calculator for $500 to raise working capital for the company.
Right, to raise working capital for the company. Raise working capital. So yes,
to make the office to be bigger.
To invest, to have some money to work with. So Steve Jobs sold his Volkswagen Mini bus, and co-founder Steve Wozniak sold his programmable HP calculator for $500 to raise working capital for the company. So there we are. That's his Volkswagen microbus from Steve Jobs. Wozniak sold his HP 65 calculator. Ooh, right. Sorry, it's a bit blurry, that Weston, but anyway, this is what they sold, and this is what the first one looked like, the Apple One. Apple One, first computer.
Oh.
Apple II.
Have the handmade feel.
Yeah. I guess it's what we call a prototype, isn't it?
It seems like some students that good at computer make this for his friends.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah, the prototype. So if you're going to make something,
but I think now it will be really expensive because it's famous.
Yeah, it's very famous. I think it's in the museum in this video. I don't know if we have time to look at it, but yeah, wow. Where he's getting his keys from? That's impressive. I've got to say, those keys I wonder if these keys came from a typewriter. I wonder. Anyway, very clever how they did that. And then after, this is the Apple II. Wow. This is called I think it's a disk drive. Disk 2, a floppy disk. Have you ever heard of a floppy disk? Yes, I just wonder, this is before your time. Okay. The floppy disk, the gosh, what's it called? There's a large one, there's the small one. Yes, oh God. Oh, even I'm, oh gosh, floppy disk. It's like a record player. Anyway, basically there used to be a large one and then it got smaller and smaller. Wow. So evolution of technology. Anyway, so these you could put small programs on, you know, you could copy and store. It's like a mini hard drive. These are like, you know, like a hard drive on your computer. When you save things, that's kind of like that. Like a hard drive. So you slot it in and then you can copy just a small amount of data, not that much. However, there we go. That's Apple II, Apple III. Right. You can see the floppy drive. So what's happened is, notice how it started off with just maybe just some sort of, I guess it's like a keyboard. Anyway, then you're connecting the monitor to the keyboard. So he's trying to connect it, and then this is separate. And next now he's integrating, so integrating it all together. So there we are, just integrating it into now the whole thing as a package. I don't know what's that. Right, okay, so putting it all together as an Apple. This is, didn't have the date on it. I thought it might do. Right, 1978, I think. But 1976, yeah, so it's going back in history. 1976. Is it a good idea to open a business on April Fool's Day? What do you think? Is that a good idea? The April 1st. Would you open a business on April Fool's Day? April 1st?
I don't worry about that. I just think the product that when it sell or the plan
Yes. Well, actually, the financial year, if I just look at that, the financial year starts, financial year period, 12 months, I believe starts, okay. All right, so the main start of the new financial year, April 6th. Okay, I didn't know that, but anyway, beginning of April. So actually the beginning of the financial year, when you do your, like every company, well, in the West, I know we have to, I think it's also probably around the world. Oh. All right. So
Hi again.
Okay, welcome back.
So I just said that I don't really mind the date. Maybe I will maybe I will care about the plan or the product, but I'm not really superstition that when it should be founded, when it should not be founded.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's maybe he's having a better sense of humor, or he was, yeah, like you say, you know, it could be that he's defying, you know, any concern, you know, that there's a personal belief that he can really make this work. I mean, it must be a strong conviction. So yeah, 1976 was this hand built by Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak using funds from his calculator and the sale of the van. Okay, went on in sale, so sold $666, and then so it's finished in 1977. So the second one, Macintosh 80. Oh right, original Macintosh released 84. So this started to produce mass 70,000 units. So really was starting to pick up. I don't know, this, yeah, the cool design now. I guess you could start to see, don't you? The cool design that's coming into the idea of iMac, making the colors now, whereas it never happened before. I kind of remember this, you know, this design starting to look quite cool, the mouse looking cool. So it's the imagery. I think this is the thing, isn't it, with Steve Jobs? He wants to make the feel exciting. iPod, do you sometimes listen to music, Weston? Do you like to listen to, do you collect your music, or you just use a phone to listen to music, or just from the computer?
Maybe if my friend have some music shared to me, then I'll listen to it, or maybe there are some animation, cartoon, television, or drama. If the music is, I think it's good, then I will keep listening to it.
1,000 songs in your pockets. Wow. Very, very good. Yes, wow, it's amazing. And then 2007, the iPhone. I think he made a very powerful speech. I'm not sure it's 2007 or 2005. We've got that on the presentations. We're going to be looking at Steve Jobs at the end of the presentation course, and we'll be looking at one of the shortened version of his speech at the end. So it's quite interesting, is that, to see that. But you get a very powerful experience. I think that's how he tried to make it when he did a presentation, the experience of it. Yeah, the iPads, 2010. Wow, very good. iPads. Yes. I wonder what the future of Apple will be. Some sort of things to think about. Apple of the future. I wonder if future Apple products. I wonder whether there'll be some sort of idea of what sort of upcoming Apple. Oh yes, do you think that might be something Apple will do? Something like the future Western? What you know, like
yes,
glasses?
I think they'll have a new trend and make different and make it to be more popular.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Yeah, wow.
Because I think if the Apple just improve some function and keep having iPhone 20, iPhone 50, iPhone XXX, then I'll think people will not that want to buy it. They should have some new kind of product.
What is it now, the latest one? Is it iPhone 10, right? I think that's the latest one. Is it iPhone 10? Am I right about that? Is it iPhone 11? Oh gosh.
In my
iPhone
memory,
12?
it seems to be iPhone 13.
13. Gosh. You're right, yeah. Let's have a look. iPhone 14. Really? Okay.
Oh.
I think that you're right. I mean, let's have a look.
Yeah,
iPhone 15. How about that? Is it really? No, no, yeah, surely. iPhone. I think
14.
you're. I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is concept. I think iPhone. This is iPhone 14. Okay.
In my phone, that will be iPhone 20 or even iPhone 15 because it's the first this is the first company to make smartphone, so maybe it will be really popular.
Hmm. Makes you wonder. I guess it's the brand, isn't it? That you're maybe thinking it's. You get. I think people get obsessed with maybe the. It's the branding. You feel comfortable with it. You maybe you feel connected more. But you're right. I just and then there's the iPhone 14 Pro Max, whatever that is. So maybe there's a range of i14 phones, the upper range, the lower range. But you're right. I mean, there comes a point where, well, what's the difference? Why should I upgrade? I guess it's the cameras, but the cameras are good now. Is it? Do you think it? I don't know. I just yeah. The look. You're right. Maybe it's just. Maybe it just becomes just. Looks very similar. Maybe the. I get unless there's new applications coming out, and it's able to work with other applications. Maybe there's. I don't know. It's. Yeah. I wonder if there's, yeah, future phones. I mean, if you're looking at mobile phones, future. I mean, some of the phones I thought might be quite, you're right, there may be some other ways in which to carry a phone, make it big, or maybe the screen. Yeah, I thought maybe, I was kind of wondering about whether there's the the one which is a flexible, kind of. I think sometimes something that goes around your wrist is quite good. Something that goes easier so you don't lose your phone, kind of thing. Plus, we will have more data, Weston, coming out, and holograms. Holograms are a thing of the future. That could be something we'll see. So things can come out of your screen. I don't know, let's imagine that. Wow. But yeah, some amazing ideas of the future, Weston. So we shall see. But yeah, I often wonder about that kind of phone. Should it project? Would that be another way, or ideas in which they could project something? Or is it something like put on a hand, something that's exciting ideas of the future? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something to, yeah, I heard something like this.
Then it seems like something that 3D that you don't need to show on screen can show on the air.
Yeah.
And maybe it will be invent something like air pen, like you can draw in the air.
Yeah, yes, that's right. You could draw in the air. It could be like you have a big screen in front of you. You could, I don't know, it's just, but because we are hearing about something called 10G network concept. What? Sorry, 10G network. That's we've got now 5G, 4G, 3G. There is this plan to have 10G, so really super high data to come through. So in the future, maybe in the next 5 years, Weston, we could be looking at something 10G, maybe even now, it's coming out. So special technology with lots of data that can come through onto your phone. So you could really be able to get more information, and that will create new ideas for the future of the phone. as well. So who knows, maybe we're talking about robots the other day. Could be an iPets. There we go. iPets. Yeah, it's got a brand, isn't it? iCycle. Yeah. Eyeglasses. Oh, there you go. Eyeglasses. Eyeglasses. I think they've got to do. They have to do. They'll have to do glasses. There, eyeglass. There we go. I think they'll have to do that. Yeah, the future of ideas that Apple will do. Anyway, Weston, have a great weekend. I've overdone my time. This is the video on the Apple Museum. So if you're interested, have a look at the video. It's quite interesting about the history behind it, how Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniacki started. Yeah, some of the products that they've grown throughout the time. Great. Okay. Well, I think Josh is up next on movies, so feel free to join his class. I think it's about how the end game. I think how the Avengers, something about that anyway. So, okay, Weston. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Okay, look after yourself, and I'll see you next week. Okay, take care.
Okay, bye.